cool. This is my problem. Let me give a quick background of my history with Tyler Perry and his movies. Back when, he first started getting popular with all the Medea movies, I really, when I saw the previews, I was never interested because I, was thinking another black dude cooning in drag, and not that I was really knocking them that bad. I just wasn't interested. They didn't look good to me, and I already had enough coons in my life. I love Martin. I love Eddie. That's all I needed. So somebody actually convinced me to see Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I saw that on video, and I actually dug the movie. It had some good messages in it. It showed, the negative side of some life in the black community. It showed some positive sides. It's cool, one movie. But ever since then, I've been a supporter of this man's work, but time and time again, movie after movie, it's the same it's the same trends of showing the black community, especially black men, in a negative light. I'm not saying that the things that he portrays in his movie don't go on. I'm not that naive. I'm from the inner city. I see things. I've had a crazy life myself, with my family. However, there's another side to that coin, and guys like us who are pretty well educated doing the right things, sometimes we want to see us on the screen and not as the fourth, male character in the movie. We want to be the lead sometimes. We want the story to be about us sometimes. And this last movie that he made has sparked a lot of debate because it seems like it's the same old stuff, the same old, we're portrayed in this movie as rapists, murderers. What else went on in this movie? One guy raped somebody, the other guy killed his kids. I don't know, I'm drawing a blank here. But anyway, my point is, it's the same old stuff. Now, before Brad gets off on this, Paul, I just want to say, before the people call in to defend him, because everybody does defend him, it's like, where does it end? That's my question. Where does it end? Brad.
Well, I have a similar history with Mr. Perry. Just to kind of buttress your original points, I saw the Medea series of plays. Even I'll go back prior to him getting into film as a producer. He was very heavy on the black, quote unquote, Chitlin play circuit, and that's where he cut his teeth. And I, like you, I think that black people as a whole, we're very diverse. All different color shapes and sizes, multiple experiences and unique experiences that are worth telling a story. But the one thing that bothers me universally about Tyler Perry's work is that, there's always in my perspective, a demeaning air towards black masculinity, and it's utilized to galvanize black women and kind of bring them together, saying, look, girl, we all go through this, and it paints a picture where the black male is the enemy. And I think that you'll never rise above or heal wounds by dividing us. So, I can't say that that's intentional on his part, but it's a reality for me from my perspective and what I see in his work. I have to be honest, I didn't see For Colored Girls, and the reason that I haven't seen it yet is because I want to see the original author's story first, or at least read her work prior to
Brad,
seeing.
Let me tell you about that real quick, because actually when I brought that up, I wasn't being all that fair to him. For Colored Girls actually was, like you're saying, it's an adaptation from a prior work. So all the discussions that I've had in the past 2 weeks about that movie, that's the excuse that everybody's given him. Well, this, he didn't even write this, blah, blah, blah. Well, he had to adapt it to the big screen. And my question to everybody who asked that question to me is, if this movie didn't have the same trends of showing that negative side of black men in our community, would he have even taken on this project in the first place? And we have a caller on the line, so maybe they can answer that question. The Digital Extreme Tech hotlines are blowing up this evening.
Yeah, we got a caller. Real quick, let me get my
267.
You got it already?
My bad, Jim.
Yeah, hello?
Yes.
Hello? This is Felicia Dandridge from Philadelphia.
Hey, Felicia Dandridge from Philadelphia.
Yes. Oh, you know I'm chomping at the bit, Devin. You know I am. You know I'm ready for you, baby. You know I am. Now, let me say hello to you all. I've enjoyed this show. I love y'all. And I want to acknowledge everything that you have said as valid points based on your reality and how you see things. I, however, do have to point out some things. Okay. Devin, and I was the main one that said, did you read the original work? But also, Tyler Perry, I do not feel just predominantly just tries to throw out themes as far as portraying men in a bad light. There are plenty of times where he gets on women about being so focused on their pain and can't see the good men that are in their life, i.e. daddy's little girls, i.e. in Diary of a Mad Black Woman. She had a good man that was trying to do for her, and she couldn't even get past her own hurt and pain. What I'm trying to say is I get sick of people trying to, and I know everybody's reality is their reality, but I see things from a different side, coming from somebody that comes from a family that has all kinds of stories, has all those kinds of pains in their family history, and to see somebody bringing stuff like that, because in the black community, stuff like that doesn't get talked about. We see how we talk about crazy white people and white perverts trying to molest kids and different things like that. In the black community, we don't handle stuff like that. I've had stuff in my family going on where they try to act like it didn't exist. I had to take care of my aunt that had to jump from a 3-story window based on a man that was trying to beat her. I mean, thank God they're so married.
Listen, that's the point that I made earlier, because I have some harsh family stories as well, and we all know that this stuff really does go on.
I just don't think that it's fair the way people come at Tyler Perry.
I know, but it's like, how many times is he going to write the same movie with different characters? Like, okay, it's like all enough.
I can understand, and I can understand that, but I could say the same thing about other movies that don't fall in this genre. I could say the same thing about anything else. Why? Because it's a repeated theme. Why does it mean that he can't tell it? And I don't feel that he focuses on just the bad. I feel that he focuses on a lot of positivity about black men. I feel he tries to bring that out, that there are black men out here doing the right thing, that are about their business, that are successful, taking care of their family.
Name how many of his movies where this positive character is the male lead. How many times are they the male lead?
Listen, you guys are all about stats and counting and everything like that, and I can go back and do my research and my homework because I am a huge fan. I don't have all those stats and numbers ran down for you, but guess what? I will post it on Facebook for you.
Okay, thank you.
The point that I'm trying to make, I feel like people come at Tyler Perry, and I've even seen famous black actors and producers come at him when he has kept people working and he tells these things. I just think that it's important. I think that he doesn't come from a place where he's just trying to make a dollar. Yes, you have to make money in this world, but I think he is bigger than that. And that's just the way I see him. And I'm not just on him to be on him, because there were some movies that I did not like that I thought were very corny. I'm not just a Tyler Perry fan just to be a fan. I really believe in the messages that he brings. And I originally became a fan of his by going to see his Chitlin Circuit plays. And anytime, because I am a writer, and I look at content and everything. I examine it. I'm very analytical. Anytime you can make me want to jump up on stage and punch that character out, that's talent. I'm sorry. He has a talent for a reason.
We got a bunch of calls coming in.
Hey,
Felicia, thanks for your call. We're going to holler at you on Facebook, though. Come to the world on Facebook.
Felicia Marquita, hit me up. I'll be glad to continue the discussion.
Okay. Hey, Dev, real quick before we take these. We got a ton of calls, but real quick, Dev, real quick. I just want to give my 2 cents because you and Brad went in. I'm not going to be long at all. Shondell, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. She's in the chat room, and she said a couple things that I was actually getting ready to say. She says that Tyler Perry seems like he's the only black writer-director that we really support. And she also says to answer the question that why he does the same movie is because it's successful for him. Now, and she also says that when you find a recipe that works, why change the recipe? Now, my point is...
Jimmy.
Wait. Let me answer Shondell real quick. Listen.
Shandell's, I'm sorry. I apologize for that, brother. But listen, though.
At one point, if you're the biggest black producer, director out there, at what point do you show some kind of social responsibility towards the black community? That's my question.
Where are the pieces that are to build and uplift the black male?
Well, let me get my point on this real quick. My point is,
so much about adults. I'm talking about the kids that watch this stuff.
Listen, real quick. My point on Tyler Perry is this. I understand exactly what you guys are saying. I just personally don't think he's as talented as people think because, again, he makes the same story over and over again. I get the point that it works. But to me, in order to be a great artist, you have to step outside the box. If not, he can sit there and make the money all he wants to. And to answer your point, where are the movies? He really doesn't owe us anything. The bottom line is, don't consider yourself to be great if you're not stepping outside of the box to do great things. If you're going to keep making the same movies over and over again, that's your prerogative. He can do that. He can be harsh towards the black male. But at the same time, if you want to start considering it, that's what I don't get is why it seems like he's the only one that we do support. I just don't think he's that talented. I've seen it. When you've seen one of his movies, you've seen them all, more or less.
Hey, let's knock a couple of these calls out real fast because we got to move on.
Yeah, absolutely, because we got our guest waiting. Let's knock a couple calls out. You want to take them, Dad?
Oh, yeah, I got this one. 267-760. You're in the war room. What's your name? Where you calling from? Uh-oh. My bad. Say that again. 267-760?
No, it's 267-679. You're in the war room. 267-679. You're in the war room.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in it now.
Yeah, this is Monica calling from Philly.
Hey, Monica, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Monty?
All right. Well, here's my Tyler Perry feedback. I've been actually waiting for this topic all week. And as a black professional woman, I actually don't agree with the way that he depicts black women in his movies either. Either they're ultra sassy and can't get a man because of it, or weak and need a man to help them pull them up. So with that being said, I don't agree with that depiction either. But at the same time, people talk about he's doing the same story over and over again. At the end of the day, A, it is a business, and B, based on that interview I saw on Oprah, it seems like he's writing what he knows. So with that being said, should he step outside that box and write something that he doesn't know and take a chance that it won't be successful? Because he is still pretty much the biggest breadwinner at his studio.
I think he's like, in the black community, he's like Jay-Z. Jay-Z admittedly dumbed down his lyrics because at that point Jay-Z knew that all these morons was going to keep buying his, me included, were going to keep buying his music anyway. Tyler Perry makes a different kind of movie. Who's not going to go see it? That flocks to go see his movies. I saw this movie by happenstance on the Friday that it came out because we just happened to be home because we had some appointments, and the parking lot was full at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think people took off work to go see Tyler Perry movies. So I think he has a few, if he does want to step outside his box every once in a while, I think he can go ahead and try that because I don't think for right now his audience is going anywhere. He probably has to make 4 or 5 singles in a row.
At the same time, when he made the sequel to Why Did I Get Married, the end of that movie had a somewhat tragic ending, which is something that he doesn't normally do. The feedback I got from people was like, that didn't end like a Tyler Perry movie, and it made them skeptical about going to see the next movie. So
that's the risk. That's the risk that you got to take as an artist because there's so many themes and topics within this discussion, and I'm going to piggyback on Jimmy and what you said, Dev, and say, at the risk of not selling well, you have to give the people what your expression is from your heart and soul, as opposed to crafting something that you feel will sell. His movies right now, I feel like they're made because he knows that they will sell. And whatever negative or positive he puts in there for black women, as long as they can relate to it, then they feel as though their voice is heard, so they're going to go to the theaters and support it. And there's nothing wrong with that in and of itself. So I don't want to sit here and say, like, we're indicting him for being supportive of black women, but it's counterproductive as a whole.
Yo,
if
Brad, real quick, but that as being an artist, that's up to you. Maybe he doesn't want to be.
Hey, Monica, thanks for the call. Go ahead, Jen. Maybe he
doesn't want to be that artist that reaches, across all different kind of lines and boundaries. Maybe he just wants to stay in the box, so to speak.
Then he's a hustler. Then he's a hustler, and at that point, I have to call him accountable because you are doing a disservice to your community.
That may be the case. He may be a great hustler, horrible artist.
Let's take one more call on the topic because we have our special guest waiting.
I know, the lines are blowing up. Yeah. Tyler Perry got people coming to fight for him.
You're in the war room. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, guys. It's not Roby from Baltimore.
Roby!
Hey, Roby, what's up?
Roby.
Hey, guys. I'll try to be really, really brief, but I am, extremely torn when it comes to Tyler Perry because for a long time I definitely felt that he was doing a disservice with the kind of buffoonery kind of things that just wasn't my thing. I think it was Devin saying that he kind of bashes black men in most of his movies. I think coming from a society where women are marginalized so much, I really don't see that. That was never an issue for me. I never took that perspective on his movies that he's male bashing. I never got that kind of feeling from his movies. But like Monica said a little earlier, after seeing kind of his story on Oprah, you see a completely different perspective of him. You see him coming from a completely different world that I would pray that none of us have ever had any kind of tasting of. He's coming from an extremely dark place, an extremely hurtful place, an extremely painful place, and this is his outlet. He puts on these wigs, puts on these costumes, puts on these outfits, and I honestly do believe it's therapeutic for him. This is his kind of outlet. Everybody may not agree with it. Everybody may not like it, me being one of them. But I really do believe that this is kind of a therapeutic outlet for this man. So I'm kind of torn because I don't like a lot of his movies, and not saying that nobody should, different twists for everybody, but I definitely he's coming from a different place. And someone, I think it was Jimmy who said, he needs to kind of switch it up. He's been doing this long enough. But Spike Lee were doing, Fight the Power, Black Power movies the majority of the beginning of his career. It took him some time before he got to a place where he was able to be recognized for making different movies that had different messages. It takes that,
well, that takes
time, and if he never gets there, then that's one thing.
Well, but Spike Lee never had the success that Tyler Perry does from a financial standpoint. He's already in a position that if he wanted to, and that's up to him. If he wanted to, he could go outside the box and do something different because he's at a different point financially than Spike Lee was even after Spike. Right now, at the Spike Lee's career, he's still not on the level that Tyler Perry is, and he's been in the game longer.
Financially. I
think Spike Lee to this day has problems getting his movies funded.
I think artistically, Spike Lee is far beyond what
I agree with that.
Ever be
Absolutely.
Far beyond.
Absolutely.
But financially, I think Tyler had a very different kind of
Hey, Roby, you're breaking up, and we got to move on. So thanks for your call.
Thanks, Roby.
It's the war room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, the first